Sinking fund reserve management for strata and commercial buildings. We're into part 4 of the video now, where we're explaining the sinking fund forecast or the maintenance plan report to see how much money we need to put aside to look after our strata or our commercial building. So this can be used in a lot of applications and not just in strata. So let's go back to the report to see where we're sitting at now. Okay, so we're talking about how much that we need to put aside for that 15-year period. So what we've done as well, we've put that in a graphical form as well. So there's 3 parts to the graph. One part is how much money that you've got in the bank, how much money we need to put aside, and the other part is where our expenses are. Okay, so this gives you a year-to-year update of where you need to sit in the sinking fund, or what are the expected expenses of the building over the year. Now you can see that everything has a cycle or has an effective life. Okay, so we can see in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major cycles in the sinking fund forecast. So that's where basically we're building up our funds as we get to a point, and as those expenditures come into play, then that drops down. Now usually we try to work out how much money we need to put aside as a minimum balance, so then this doesn't get too low when we run out of money from here. So this is the highest risk of the sinking fund forecast, to make sure we've got enough money to look after that building in that time. So to look after this building from here, this is the recommendations to put aside for the body corporate, to see what we need to how much money we need to put aside for the building. And we'll go on to our next slide now. Okay. So what we've done from here, we've cut this down into each section over each year. So you can take these sections out from here, put them into your administration budget. So we know that 2015 we've got external painting coming up, so repainting the soffites, our door faces, looking at the walls and ceilings in the stairwell. So that's that main thing in 2015. 2 years after that we've got 2017, so we're looking at the driveway, the fencing and the other items in there. Okay, so that gives you a good overview of those items that are coming up in that time, to make that a bit easier for you. Alright, so we keep going. So that does that for the whole 15 years, so that makes it a lot easier to work all that out. Okay, so what we've done as well, we've put that down into building areas. So we've broken the whole lot up. I might make it a little bit smaller so we can see that. Yep, that'll do. Alright, so we've looked at that over the other 2 areas. So this is where we put the effective lives in from here. Alright, so when we're looking at the building, so if we go back and have a look at the picture at the front. Okay, so we've got our painting on the outside, we've got a bit of driveway, we've got our soffites around here, we've got a stairwell, we've got garage doors that we'll need to maintain, and there'll be another fence that'll come in here. Alright, so this is the main picture, what we're looking at this building, what we need to maintain over that time. So we'll go back to where we were before. So we know there's our budget, that's fine. There's our graph to see where we sit. We've got our yearly expenditures. Okay, so this is some more of the nuts and bolts of that forecast. So we're looking at external facade, so that you're painting the outside, roofing, stairwell, driveway area, fencing, landscaping, fixtures and fittings. Okay, so if we were to do all those items now, that's $25,000 worth of those items. Okay, so we can see that each of these items have what they call an effective life. So we're looking at repainting the building. It'll cost you $3,000 now, but we're going to repaint that in 10 years time. So in 10 years that's going to be worth $7,000 to get that part of the building.